So with 3.7, new players will start seeing the glimpses of what we're trying to do.
So see you in the verse.
A few moments later.
Excuse me. All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
I'm sorry, but you know I had to do it. I mean, you know, it's not unexpected. I mean, even games that have been up for years and years that have been live have this sort of problem on a launch day. It happens, you know. I just thought it was kind of funny how it all lined up. So I had to, you know. But it in the end, it's no big deal. It happens, man. It does. So that aside, first thing I did when I got into 3.7 was like, oh man, got to apply the Battlefield upgrade kit to the Warden. Got to try out the Sentinel. Very excited to do that, you know. And we had heard that it wasn't so much like a kit that you just drop on the ship, but it was the components that you add onto the ship. And maybe it's in the patch notes because I'm not really big on reading patch notes, you know. But I was looking around and nothing was there. I was just sitting there kind of going like, oh man, come on. I thought this was supposed to be in, that we were supposed to be able to do this. This was supposed to be a thing that we were able to do. And I guess this was something that maybe got dropped. I don't know. I'll have to go in and dig and do some research. But I couldn't find anywhere where I could swap, you know, the Sentinel's weapons onto the Vanguard. I couldn't find where you could maybe swap the pod. I mean, obviously that would require a change to the UI, but I was at least looking for like the weapons, but just not there. So that was kind of a disappointment, really, in the beginning. That, and for some reason, I guess when I first started out, I only had 5,000 UEC. And I know that everyone says, oh, well, you know, every time they do the major patch, they reset your money. Yeah, they do, but the money that you already have on your account, like the UEC that comes with your game packages and stuff, usually that stays. And in fact, that's been that way for quite some time, yet here I am, 5,000 UEC. What's up with that? So I think that in correcting that, it maybe led to what started crashing the client on load for so many people. Not, you know, wasn't just you, happened to me as well. So I persevered, you know, and I said, okay, well, I've only got 5,000 UEC. I want to test things. I want to buy add-ons for weapons. You know, I want to get some armor, things like that. The usual stuff that normally at this stage, I just flat out buy. I had to go and earn the money for. So got to go do some smuggling missions. So I ran up to Grimhex to grab the usual smuggling missions and start running things out to Orinth and, you know, just chill, enjoy, explore all the different settings, go through all the different menus while I'm taking the long warps from here to Hurston or Arcorp or wherever, and you know, just kind of see, you know, what really has changed. I mean, not really so much of a patch note type of guy, you know. It's when it's there, it's like, oh no, I want to go and play it now, and I'll figure it out as I go along. It's more of a tactile, kinesthetic learning style. Now, while I was going through the key bindings, just looking at everything, I ran into one of the first kind of big changes from what I had experienced in the past, which is interdictions, which used to happen around planets or very close to planets, now seemingly happened right in mid-warp, and that's what I'm experiencing here. I'm halfway to Hurston, and all of a sudden I'm getting kicked out of warp to deal with an interdiction. And it isn't the cops, you know, thankfully. It's just the Nine Tails, but it kind of surprised me, you know, that it was happening out this far, but with, you know, QED coming in this, you know, in this, I was about to say expansion, but in this release, you know, they've obviously made some changes to the system. Though, The enemies, yeah, not really. So not so much. Not all that dangerous. So while the interdictions are there, and I kept getting the same interdiction kind of repeated over and over again, which is I would get the hostile interdiction, and then I would get the asteroid interdiction, where the asteroid appears in your path, but there's no one else there. So that, and later on when I was getting back into the game and playing it a little bit more, when I was trying to go out and get armor and stuff, that's how it seemed to happen to me. It was always seemed to be a 1-2 punch. That was the 4 instances that happened to me while I was playing. They repeated themselves exactly like that. Now, the first major bug that I ran into is a bug that I thought was kind of squashed. I thought that was out of the system, which is like, if you warp to a location on the opposite side of a planet, it will safely now quantum you around the planet to that location. For me, that had been my experience up until now. So I'm setting up a location so that I can get to the drop-off point for this package. I'm picking a location so it's going to basically draw a line around the planet. Then I can hit the I key once I get close to where I actually want to go, kill my quantum, and then basically, just hover on down to the location that I actually want to go to. Don't really want to go to Sherman. Unfortunately, it seems that we're back to the quantum drive actually trying to cut through the physical entity of the planet itself. You can see, like, I'm flipping my view up so that I can track where I want to actually go, and I realize, oh my god, we're getting way too close, and boom. Done, and there I go. So that's a bug report. Wow. Next, I decided to head down to Daymar and look for one of these caves. I went down to Kudrior, which is, brackets closed. I had heard that the caves appear on the mine, but I hadn't played, the PTU. I was only playing the Persistent Universe, and I enjoy kind of finding things by surprise, And so I figured, oh well, this has got to be around where it is, and sure enough, did find the cave, and there was a caterpillar. No, not the championship greatest ship in Star Citizen that's flyable currently. It's actually a Drake Cutlass. And so I thought, oh, this has got to be somebody's ship. There's somebody already in the cave. And so when I went into the cave, I was kind of thinking, is this really such a good idea? Because, of course, I don't have any armor yet. And the one piece of armor that I did put on was the subscriber bonus armor, that has the mohawk and the glowy eyes on it. And I realized, once again, this is something that I had talked about in the past on other videos when people were getting all excited and, cheering about how great this new armor was with all these little glowy bits. I was like, no, this armor's shit because it shows off where you are. As soon as you go into this dark cave, I was like, oh, shit. And I've got that stupid helmet on my head. If there's somebody waiting for me in this cave, I'm going to get my ass shot off. But, overall, even though it was a little bit nerve-wracking, considering I had this big glowy beacon saying, here's my cranium, please shoot it. One of the things that I found that was really great when I was exploring the cave is character mobility. Some of the changes that they've made to allow for this system to work, in that, when I was trying to step down from some of these higher up locations, at a couple of times I fell quite a distance and I received no injuries. I mean, I know that we're all so used to the idea of when you're in Star Citizen, if you misstep, if you even slightly twist an ankle, that means you've broken both your legs and you're now bleeding to death and you're about to die in 30 seconds. But as you can see, no, it doesn't happen anymore. There's no longer sudden death by leg injury. And that was really, a strong positive. When that happened, I just went, holy crap, finally, that has been fixed. And actually vaulting up, because, one of the things that kind of freaked me out is, well, how the hell am I going to get back up? And, I just kind of kept going further down into the cave, and I was thinking, how the hell am I actually going to get up and out of here now? And I was kind of avoiding it by just kept going deeper and deeper down, hoping to find something cool. But after going all the way down to the bottom and finding the corpse, I decided, oh, well, you know what, let's try to get out of here. And climbing up and out was actually quite easy. It was a total breeze. It was completely smooth. It was seamless. It was enjoyable. You know, there wasn't a whole bunch of like janky animations to it. I wasn't clipping through rocks, nothing like that. It was actually kind of fun, and I literally, I was looking at cave diving and spelunking in the game, and I was thinking like, whatever, not really interested in that. And I think I'm on the record as having said that, but I actually had a lot of fun. This was actually kind of cool, and this made me kind of want to go out, re-outfit my character with some like real armor that, you know, doesn't advertise my location, some equipment, and some, you know, one of the mining lasers, and actually go out and just explore in the world. It made me eager to kind of go out and explore. And then all of a sudden I was thinking, man, I should have paid more attention to this. Where else are there going to be these caves? Is it only Daymar? Are they going to be on Yella too? You know, I was actually really excited to see what was out there. And that's something that in Star Citizen, I think a lot of us can agree, hasn't been there for a while. You know, there hasn't been a whole lot that's really kind of gotten there. You can see the helmet. Yeah, brilliant idea to go into a dark cave where someone might be waiting for you wearing that on your head. Kind of dumb. So I wanted to kind of go out and get re-equipped and actually do this for real. And it's the first time in a long time that I've been like super excited to kind of like pick up the tools and actually go out and try this stuff for real, and not just kind of goof around and just bumble through it, but to actually try to do it seriously. I had so much fun doing this because it was like a system, and we're so used to like even finding this, you know, we're so used to systems that when we get them, they're kind of like they're messed up, right? They're broken. There's all kinds of little bits and pieces that are, you know, messed up and don't work, and they're like, oh, well, we'll fix it in the next patch or something like that. This just seemed to work flat out, and that was just such a great surprise. Whoever was working on these caves, fucking bravo, dude. Bravo. Like, what a great job. I mean, for a first try, for a first kick at the can, this is pretty damn good. You know, this is interesting. It's something that's worth more exploration. It makes me eager to go out and see if I can't find more caves, even not physically knowing where they are and having to go and search for them, because I don't want to keep coming back to the same cave that everybody knows where it is. Now I kind of want to go out and see if I can't find one that no one knows where it is, and that I can maybe mine it or find stuff and retrieve stuff in it, get some good gear. I'm actually, for the first time in a long time, I'm really eager to kind of get into the game and actually play this stuff for real, you know, honestly. So by the time that I got up out of the cave, I realized, you know, this is probably supposed to be the NPC who's dead in the cave. This is supposed to be their ship. That seems to be likely how they set things up. And then I realized I'm not the only one here. I could hear another ship fly by, and I saw it, and I just went, okay, no, time to go, time to leave, time to get out of here. And so I was actually in the midst of, you know, outfitting myself at Daymar when the servers, or, you know, I guess they did a couple of game updates, and I'm not sure that it's the servers or it's the client, but one or the other basically fell apart, and I haven't been able to get back in since. But I'm really eager to kind of get back into the game and see some more of this stuff, because it was surprising how fun and how interesting it was. Just, it came out of left field, and it all of a sudden became something that I wouldn't have thought that I really would have cared all that much about in its current state, without a whole lot of things attached to it. But for now, for something new, for something fresh in Star Citizen to explore, I was like, you know what, shit, I'd take it. You know what, I'll take it and I'll run with it, because It was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be, and it's something different, which we definitely need. So, hopefully, they're going to get this whole thing sorted out, and we can enjoy the game. But, yeah, first impressions, pretty damn good, except for the reliability.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.